Hey everyone, Jacob Tober from CoinRoutes here. Calling in from Dubai this time, and I thought I'd take the time to talk about the recent volatility we've all seen in the markets. We've seen it in equities, we've seen it in commodities, and we've definitely seen it in crypto. So I'd like to talk about what this dip means to me, my analysis of it, and my forecast for the next month/year moving forward. Right, so diving into the charts, let's take a look. So here's NASDAQ. From the low to the high this year, NAS is up about 14.5%. After this recent correction, it's up about 8%. Coming to Bitcoin, from the low to the high of 2024, it's up about 91%, now sitting up about 53.7%. Solana, from the low to the high, up 170%, now sitting up about 80%. And then Pepe, from the low to the high, is up 855%, now sitting up about 573%. And from the washout to, right, this recent washout we saw recently, I'll talk about why I think that happened later, but it's up about 100%. So, I mean, look, there is so much opportunity in this market, you guys. I don't think this runs anywhere from over, but let's talk about it. Right? So obviously there's been a ton of global uncertainty, which has caused a ruckus in commodities and equities. But at the beginning of the year, it's been up only. So I don't think this correction means that there's the end of the world or that we're entering a bear market by any means, right? It's natural for these things to retrace. In fact, I think it's healthy, right? So if you look, it's given up about, at the low, 60% of the move, but since it's sitting around 50%. So to me, I analyze this as more mean reversion than a true crash, and I thought the catalyst for it was the global events I'm sure you've seen with the war between Iran and Israel and a couple other things I'm sure that you guys have been following in the news, right? So let's talk about crypto specifically. Crypto, as we know, is a volatile asset. So how I analyze this is, look, this run-up has been amazing. A ton of people have made a bunch of money. Everyone's accounts seem to be up. But you get to points in markets where everyone begins to get extremely over-leveraged. For example, there's a trade I was in Pepe, right, where it was a delta neutral trade, for those of you who don't know, where I was short the perpetual and held spot. So if it went up or went down, I wouldn't lose money, but I was collecting the funding rate, which is a rate you get paid to hold a futures contract. Since more people were long, the shorts were getting paid, hence why I held my short. And I was getting paid about 20 basis points per funding period. And those funding periods happen every 8 hours. So if you take that and annualize it, there's 1,095 funding periods over the year. So if you take 20 basis points times that, your annualized return on that trade, now obviously the funding rates have collapsed, and we'll talk about that in a second, but that would be a 219% return. So look, I am still extremely bullish on crypto. I think this correction has been healthy. I think a lot of these coins have just been propped up by an egregious amount of leverage, and you're gonna get washouts like this when you see that in the market, right? Most of them have recovered, some are lagging, but I expect crypto to keep going up, right? I don't expect it to go up straight from here. I believe it could be choppy coming in the new year. I think election season's upon us, which is gonna dictate a lot. But nothing fundamentally in my eyes has changed. There hasn't been a massive player like FTX that went out of business, Three Arrows, none of that, right? I think the DOJ investigating Binance is healthy for the industry, and no exchange has become insolvent. So overall, I would say now is not a bad time to buy, but if it keeps going down, have some faith and have confidence in your research. Always do your own research, right? The people who really made money on Bitcoin, and I said it in a podcast I did back in Miami, it was the people that believed in the long-term narrative, right? As a trader, it's hard to not close something out after it's up 100%, right? That's ridiculous returns. But it was truly the people that believed Bitcoin was a new modern currency and believed in it for all the amazing elements it brings. So have faith in the projects you guys are investing in. Do your own research. I think we're in for a great rest of 2024. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. Have a great rest of your day.